Alright, so today we are going to make a fox out of some tissue paper. So what you'll need are some white or like cream colored pieces. First you'll want this piece and 2 triangles and 2 ovals for the head. And then you'll also want this piece for the tail, kind of like a leaf shape, and an oval shape for the body of the fox. And then we are also going to put the fox by a tree. So what you'll need is like a darker colored piece of paper and some white paint. And we're going to make our tree out of that. So take the white paint. It's going to be kind of like a skinny tree, and it's not going to have leaves on it. So you're just going to brush that on there. Kind of want it to be just a bunch of twigs on just a trunk of a tree, not much to it. Don't have to get too detailed with this part. Unless you really want to, you can add leaves and stuff on your tree if you want with paint. Or I might even add some leaves on with the tissue paper that we're going to use for our fox. So there's my tree, just simple. Oh, excuse me. Showing something on the computer. Alright. I'll keep on going. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue on a body to our paper. So I'm just using regular glue for this part, since we're going to need regular Elmer's glue for the tissue paper. But you can use stick glue on this part if you want. It might dry a little quicker. I'm going to start by putting the body down just a little bit off the end of the paper. And then your tail is going to be next, and that's going to be going off your paper. So you'll only want just a little bit of glue on the tail, at the very base of the tail. And you'll just put that whatever place you want. I think I'm just going to have it going out to this corner. You can have it going straight down or wherever you want. Then next we're going to attach the head pieces. And you're only going to want to glue down the actual base of the head and the ears. We're not going to put on the ovals yet, which are going to be the eyes. So we'll put down that weird shape, this weird shape. You're just going to put the tip of that on there where his nose is going to be. And then you'll take the triangles for his ears, glue those on. And stick glue might be a little bit easier, I'm seeing, with these small pieces. But you are going to need regular glue for the tissue paper, so it might just be easier to use regular glue like I'm doing throughout the whole thing. There we go, so that's going to be your basic shape of your fox. As you can see, the tail is going off. And then, what we're going to do next is we're going to take some tissue paper, any color. I got lots of colors here. I'm going to start out with some blue tissue paper. And what I'm going to do with this tissue paper is I'm just going to rip it up into pieces You're going to want smaller pieces. Then I'm going to take a pink color. I'm going to rip some pieces off of that one. And remember, you can do whatever colors you have at home or whatever colors you want. If you need any tissue paper, you can sure come on down and grab some. We'll have some ready for you if you need some. Okay, I think that's enough pink. Then, oh, let's see what other color I have here. Then I'm going to do this yellow color. And then I'm going to see if I have a darker color that I can put for the nose. I may just have to color on some black onto the nose if there isn't. Okay, I'll use this dark purple for the nose here. I'm going to use that. Alright, so now we'll start gluing these on. I'm just going to put glue all around where I want my tissue paper to be. And you want your tissue paper to be on the outside edge of the body and on the base of the tail, but not the very tip of the tail. Just like the whole thing except for the tip. You'll see that in a second, what I mean by doing the whole tail and not the tip of it. Because most foxes have a little white spot at the end of their tail. There. So I just stopped putting glue on right there. Keep on putting it on the outer edge of the body. You're not going to put it in the middle of the body. You're just going to put it on the outer edge. Then for the face and ears, you're going to put it everywhere. And you're going to want a good amount of glue, but not too much so the tissue paper doesn't dissolve when you put it on there. Alright, so let's start putting tissue paper on. Looks like I might even have to rip mine a little bit smaller. You can just start ripping them as you go. You don't have to be perfect pieces when you first start ripping them. Always can make corrections. And they never can really be too small, so you can go however small you really want them. And remember how I said I need one dark color for the nose? So I'm going to take that dark purple and I'm just going to kind of make a rectangle shape out of it. Just a small rectangle. I'll put a little bit more glue. I'm going to put my nose on there, and it doesn't have to be a perfect nose. This is just a rough thing. And we might touch it up with a little bit of Sharpie in the end. We'll see how it turns out. Now you'll be able to see where I put my glue more, and what I meant by just doing the tip of the tail for the fox when I put this tissue paper on here. And mine overlaps the glue just a little bit, sticking out just a little bit there, because I want it kind of look like it's a messy tail, because foxes are wild and they get a little messy, so it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go, so you can see the tip of the tail doesn't have any on there. Then we'll go in and we'll do the face. Remember the face? We were doing paper everywhere. And the ears. Just gonna want to kind of keep the basic shape of the ears, though. Don't try to go outside the ears. As you can see, I'm going out just a little bit, but not too far. If you go out a little too far, you may start to lose the shape of the whole fox. Oh, and now it's sticking to my fingers. My fingers are getting a little sticky. Yeah, that's normal. Gotta get a little messy. Bring that up just a little bit. There we go. Last piece. There we go. So that was our last piece of tissue paper, and as you can see, you just got what I glued down. You don't want to go any farther than what you glued on. So now we are going to put on the eyes, and I look like I lost one of my ovals for my eyes, so I might have to cut out another one here. Well, I'll do that real quick. And with this paper that I used to cut out, I used 2 sheets of paper. You might use less or more, but that's what it took me. I made a little mistake when I was trying to do the head shape, so the head shape is a little difficult, so don't get too frustrated doing it. Remember, you can always ask your mom or someone for help, or your dad. You can't get that shape. It's kind of a complicated shape. Takes a little bit of thinking, but eventually you'll get it. Alright, so I'll take your eyes. I'll just put them right where I think I want them. They're gonna be kind of close together. And then for the very last thing on the fox, we're going to draw on the eyes. So first I'm going to take my color that I want my eyes, and I did blue, and then I'm going to take a black and I'm going to draw just a little circle in there. My crayons are not the best here, so bear with me.